So given the state of the world and the news that we find ourselves surrounded by, I've been thinking about how hard it is to do the right thing, right? And actually, maybe I should expand on that a little bit. I think doing the right thing is hard, but I think the hardest thing when push comes to shove is doing the right thing in the right way. And I've been thinking about that in the midst of the war in Ukraine that's going on. I'm thinking about it when it comes to trials and accusations of wrongdoing, that there's a temptation that comes up in all of us that when push comes to shove and the pressure's on to do one of two things, right? And it's often not the right thing in the right way. First, the easiest thing that we do when the pressure is on is we cave and we give in. As people, we normally want to help others. We want to make them happy. We want to make life easier for everyone. So someone directly asks us to do something. There's a part of us that wants to say yes, even if it isn't in our best intention or is just a bad idea. We do this all the time. We do it with sinful activities. We do it with others when we're peer pressured. I mean, my high school life in many ways was my bozo friends talking me into one stupid idea after another, even though I knew it wasn't good, and somehow I still did it. The second thing I think that we do when the pressure is on is that we push back. When someone asks too much or pushes too hard or it feels weird, we not only push, but we often punch back, right? We don't just resist, we retaliate. And I think this is probably slightly better than being tossed around by the waves of culture and society, but it doesn't feel like the way of Jesus either. I mean, in both of these, we can see lots of these in Scripture, but Peter's a great example of both. Right? Because Peter does all of the things. He's a great example for almost everything, right? You can see Peter conforming to the pressure and expectations of Jesus when he denies him, when he's in a context where everyone hates Christ and is in this pressure kind of thing. And they go, "You're with him, right?" And Peter denies it. "No, not I." He crumples and folds. But we can also see Peter do the opposite just a little bit before, when the guards are coming to get Christ. They're coming to get Jesus in the night, and Peter grabs a sword and he fights off the guards and he even cuts off one ear. Again, like, that's probably better than just crumpling, but it's still not a great response on Peter's part. And this matters, right? Because Jesus models a way for us of graceful resistance, of standing with determination and conviction, fighting for the things of value without resorting to tearing down the other side. I believe in my bones that we should have strongly held convictions. I think that's what faith demands and asks of us. But I think that life and faith is more than doing the right thing. It's doing the right thing in the right way, standing for the things of value and doing it with grace and dignity. And when I look at our world and the different leaders that exist in this place, that's where the true crux of it all is. The true leaders are those that can do the right thing in the right way. So friends, whatever today is bringing you, whether it's a tense conversation with a coworker, or a hard one with a family member, or a disagreement with someone in your community, or just spending time in prayer, I want to implore you to do the right thing. Right? The things that are found in Scripture and prompted by the Spirit, but do them in the right way as well, that are marked by grace and truth. We hold on to our convictions, but we do it in a graceful way, without having to argue and fight, without having to push and fight and scrap. But we stand with conviction, and we stand with honor, and we stand with dignity, and we stand with Jesus Christ. I don't know what this brings for you. I don't know what your week is like, but in all those things, grace and peace, friends. Have a good week. We'll see you next week.